Evening everyone. It's raining but that doesn't stop us, does it? So yes, I'm in sunny, well, rainy Exmouth in Devon. Those of you just joining in, I'm Sue Stoneman. I tend to do a lot of cooking outdoors on my barbecue. Kamado Joe is my go-to and favourite barbecue. I've had my classic one, the classic one now for about 4.5 years, and I love to bake as well as cook in mine, and I like it so much I've now also got a junior which I do take in the car to go to a few competitions and that, and it is great for the smaller cooks. So yes, I am a home cook, and I just want to show people that what you can cook indoors, you can also cook outdoors. And I've learnt on my journey, and yeah, so tonight, for you new people who have just got your Joes and perhaps haven't ventured into doing pizzas on your Joe, I'm just going to show you my setup, how I make them. You'll all have your own ways, the go-tos and your go-to pizza dough recipes, which is always nice to share with everyone. So that's what we're doing today.
We've got a few people just joined us. We've got Chris Treby says hi Sue.
Hi Chris.
Dave Clark says good evening.
Hi Dave.
Chris loves the apron, the Joe shirt. And yes, Dave, it is pouring down. It literally poured.
Just as we came out.
Yeah, just as we went online. And Roberto Stevens says hi Sue.
Hi Roberto. And yes, for those who know me from Countrywood Smoke, barbecue slippers are on. So right, I posted the my pizza dough recipe up earlier, and it's a 3-flour recipe which has been sitting in the fridge for about 24 hours, and I brought it out to room temperature about 2 hours ago. So what that does, it really relaxes the dough, and it's the only recipe I found that you can work with and shape with your hands. So yeah, so if you want to have a go at that, and I'm sure if you don't have the 3 flours, you could try it just with 1 flour. I know everywhere is short of flour at the moment, so give it a go. I'll also just turn around and show you the setup of my Joe. So I don't have the dojo, I've just used my original pizza stone that I had. And what you need to do first of all is, when you are using your pizza stone, to put it in the Joe just after you've lit it, so it gets up to temperature gradually. You don't want to get your Joe at a high temperature and then put the pizza stone in, because it's likely to crack. So a little tip there is to put it in and let it come up to heat gradually. So I'm just going to open it, and remember to burp it when you're doing high temperatures, because you might lose your eyebrows. So yeah, so we're going to open it up. So the setup for when I do my pizzas is, you've got your grill grates on the highest setting. You then put your deflector plates on, and then your pizza stone. Now I know what some people do, they put a little copper wing nut or something underneath, just to give a gap between the deflector plate and the pizza stone, because obviously that's going to be very hot and you don't want to burn the base of your pizza. So just giving a little bit of air gap between those 2 layers helps that. You can screw up some little bits of tin foil, which will do just the trick. I don't tend to do that, but that's an alternative if you haven't got any bits of pipe or washers or nuts to go between the 2. So that's something else you can do if you want to try doing that when you make your pizzas. So yes, so what I'll do is I'm going to open the vents and get the temperature back up. It wasn't 250 earlier, so I'm going to get it up a bit higher now. Open both vents really. You want it really about 350 degrees to do pizzas. I don't like to rush to cook my pizzas. I like a nice base and I like the cheese melted on the top. So if it takes 5 minutes, it takes 5 minutes. So I'll just keep an eye on the temperature and I'll start to shape my pizza. So you want to do it with a bit of flour, and I also use a bit of semolina. That just helps stop it sticking. So I use a bit of both. Need to be quite generous. And then we're going to take one of these. That's on a bit of baking parchment.
Chris Treby says he's a socket set.
Socket set?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Right, yeah.
And Roberta Stevens says, what wine are you having with your pizza tonight?
My glass is empty tonight, Roberto. I thought I'd best be a good girl. So you can see the dough is really quite nice and soft. So this is going to enable you to just get your fingers, and you want to try and keep a ridge at the edge there. So press down, turn it round, press and sort of stretch at the same time, and it will just eventually get bigger, and twist it, and then you start to get both hands in, just sort of press and pull. So some of you are probably better at this than me. I'm not going to swing it around my head or anything like that, like the Italians make their pizza bases. And then once you can then just gently stretch it over your fists, and you can just see it getting bigger and bigger. So you can make it to the size you want.
Bill Gardner also says hi.
Hi Bill, how you doing? So yes, so that's, so you can get it as thin or as thick as you like.
Might you have any wood in with the lump?
I don't put any wood in personally. I prefer to just use the charcoal, because it's not really in there long enough to get much of a smoke. I tend to just stick to charcoal. But again, it's all personal preference. There's no right or wrong way. Right, I think that's going to be my pizza for tonight. So what I tend to do is put it onto the wooden board. Generously put some semolina flour and put it onto there to put my topping on. Okay, the good thing is you don't want to overfill it. So this is just a tin of chopped tomatoes which I've pureed down. So that's going to go on there. You don't want it too wet. Okay.
Got Jeanette asking whether you fill the firebox up to the top with charcoal.
Yeah, always fill the firebox up to the top.
Is that because you want it so hot?
You want it so hot, and it will just keep going, and at no point are you going to overfill it, because when you finish cooking you close it all down and then you know you've got charcoal ready for your next cook. Obviously you put whatever you want on your pizza. Just for simplicity tonight, I've just got some mozzarella, some grated cheese, some nice speck ham there, some fresh tomato, Yeah, and some oregano. Honestly, put anything you like. I would normally perhaps have some fresh basil. But it's great if you're making pizzas with the kids because they can choose what topping they want. So yeah, it is just personal preference. You could do fruit pizzas, anything. I'm going to put a bit of ham on.
Got Paul Critchlow's just got his first. They're doing his first burn on their new Kamado tonight.
Whoa, how exciting.
Are you cooking anything special, Paul?
Yeah, what's your first cook, Paul? So just a bit of grated cheese. Just going to see what the temperature's doing. Oh, it's up to nearly 300 now. So just a little bit of grated cheese, some oregano.
Mark Dennis has said spec. Is that mine?
It certainly is, Mark. How did you guess? Some of your award-winning charcuterie, no less. Right, so, and then maybe just a drizzle of olive oil on the top. Oh, the heavens are about to open in a minute. Right, so once you've loaded your pizza, but a minimal load, it's time to get your okay, so we're on 300. I'm happy with that. I'll happily cook my pizza at 300 degrees. So just remember to burp the lid. Okay, so that's pretty hot. Oh, my peel's a bit wet. And then I'm just going to dry that actually because I don't want my pizza to stick. I might actually just sprinkle a bit of semolina onto there. It doesn't blow off. And then I'm going to slide that onto there. And then that can go onto there like that. And we'll close the lid. And what you can do then is open up your vents again, let the temperature climb up, and perhaps we can see if we can time how long that takes. What is it now? 7:13. We'll see how long it takes to cook. So any questions while that's cooking?
Gary Parker says, hi Sue, have you found much difference with the charcoal basket?
I've been using local charcoal in it at the minute and it does burn quite quick and there's not a lot left when I finish my cooks. You can't fill the basket with so much charcoal, if you see what I mean, because obviously that takes up a bit of room in the bowl. So I've got some different charcoal in at the minute because I think it'll burn a bit slower. But yeah, it gets temperature a bit quicker. It's just what you're used to really. When I get my fire grate back, I think I might swap them over, but again, that's personal preference.
Paul says he's having burgers, chicken, kebabs and some crispy potatoes.
Yum,
good luck,
sounds
Paul.
Delicious, yeah. We got pizzas. I want to sort of have a look, but I better not.
Toby's enjoying the slippers.
So yeah, so I might try and do a sweet. I might try and do a calzone next. Just to
Addleston Ben says try mascarpone and Nutella calzone for pudding.
Mascarpone and Nutella, and that sounds nice as it goes nice and creamy and oozy and gooey. That's no good for my lockdown diet, is it?
I can smell it starting to come through now.
It's climbing up now. It's 325 coming up. It's blowing a hoolie in Devon. I don't know what it's like where all you are. I'm just going to just close that now and just have a little peek. Cheese is starting to melt. Yeah, needs a bit longer.
Johnny Brooks says, why did you burp the lid?
Just because when you get it up to such a high temperature, if you open it straight away, think of the film backdraft, you'll get a instant flare up, and if you're not careful, apart from singeing your hairs on your arms or on your face, it could be a bit tricky. You might have to explain your weird hairdo the next day. But yes, it's easy to forget, but at such high temperatures, if you've not got your vents open or at the bottom, it just creates a bit of a backdrop.
And we've got Chris Treby, he's impressed with the palm trees that we've got in the garden at the minute.
Yeah, so we could be somewhere really hot, couldn't we? Like the English Riviera. We're in Exmouth. Okay, let's just open that up a bit more. I wouldn't want to do my pizzas too quick. I'd rather spend a little bit longer and get them cooked just right. I don't know if any of you have got the dojo. I like the look of it because the flames actually come and lift up over the top, and it saves you opening and closing the lid. When you're using that, you can just slide the pizzas in and out with a normal pizza oven. That may be on my next purchase. But you get used to what you're using, and this is how I'm just gonna have a little look. How are we doing for time? 18.
It's been 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay, so 5 minutes. I know I've opened it once, I'm going to look again. So that's, can you zoom in on that, Ashley? So it definitely needs a bit longer. Turn it around a bit more.
So depending on where your charcoal is, might that change how hot the dough gets? So like, or is it an even temperature all the way around?
Because you've got the grates and the highest set and you're cooking direct, there should be enough airflow. It should be quite an even temperature, I think.
We got Dave Clark saying he loves the dojo.
You're going to try and sell me one now, aren't you, Dave? I think Dan's got one. So yes, so I always say all good things come to those who wait, and if you need to wait 8 minutes for a pizza, 8 minutes it is.
Could you still do a pizza on your Joe Jr.?
Yes, now the pizza stone I've got does just about fit. So yeah, certainly, definitely.
I guess if you had them both lit, you could
yeah,
do two at once.
Yeah.
You have a dessert, a main course Joe and a dessert Joe.
Oh, yeah. I'd need another pizza stone though, if I did that. But okay, so it's creeping up again. It's surprising how quickly now it comes back up. It's already at 325, steadily climbing.
Dave says it wasn't his plan, honestly.
What?
To sell you the...
Have you got me stock, Dave? I need some charcoal, Dave. Yours is the best price, I noticed, so I might have to wait 3 weeks till you get it back in stock.
Johnny says, is it a classical pig, Joe?
Mine is a classic. It's the old classic one, although I love it. I like the look of the 2 and the 3. The big Joe is super big, but this is, I ideal for me. So it's just hitting 350 now, look. It's also good when you're doing pizzas, it helps clean, give it clean on the inside. So I'm just going to have a look now. It's probably been about, what, 7 minutes now, 8 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Oh, just starting to brown on the outside. I think that's, we can have a look underneath. It's not super brown, but I'd be happy if that was served up to me, so I'm going to take that off. And then I'll put it on there. Actually, I was going to put it on the other board, save that one for, just move that over there. Oh. Flying, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. It's super windy. So that's our first pizza. It's like when you cook pancakes, the first one, I think it just gets better the more you make, because the dough's getting to a better temperature. So give that a... Base is a little bit crispy, so that's nice. You could sprinkle some rocket over the top, but I've got some, I've just got to put it on. So there.
We've got lots of people getting hungry now. We've got Mark says he's hungry.
Okay.
Jeanette's impressively bored.
I'm going to go in now. Look, nice stringy cheese. Okay, look at that. Smell, oh, quick. Mmm, mmm. Mmm. Excuse me. Mmm. That is super tasty. Beats any takeaway or shop bought pizza. Mmm.
Dave says, who needs Domino's?
Nobody. That is lovely. So have a go at making a Nutella and banana calzone type thing.
Should we give it a go?
Yeah, okay. Just gonna turn it down a little bit, okay? Let me just finish this little bit because it's too nice to put on the side.
So we'll get the bits of dough. Cameraman might have a little nibble.
Cameraman's perks. Oh, let's put that in that space. So yes, a bit more flour and semolina on there. So yeah, so just gently. Right, won't really much about the edge of this, so I'm going to try and make a calzone. So just twist and spread. Whoa!
We've got Jeanette Harvey. Her Joe arrives tomorrow. She's going to try out pizzas. We're excited for you, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Dave Clark says we need more of this, Sue. What's next week?
Any requests? Anything anyone would like to see me make on the Joe? Happy for suggestions.
Chris
Type down below.
Chris is keen for some more vids. Christine Dale says Alan loves stringy cheese.
This is the first pizza dough I've made that I haven't had to roll out. I mean, you can there's nothing wrong with rolling out, but it just means you can get it to the shape you want, to the thickness you want. Right, I think I'm going to go with that, Ashley, and then make a...
Dave says, can his eldest Riley have a shout out because he's watching in awe with his fractured shoulder.
Hi Riley, how are you doing? Get your dad to make you some tasty pizzas.
Sue Alexander loves your flour shaker. And Sam Chapman says he missed the start. He wants to be able to catch the start of this. Yeah, Sam, if you go, if you wait till we're finished, it'll come up as a video afterwards, so you can watch the start then.
Yeah. So and if those of you just join me, I cook a lot on my Joe. I do a lot of baking. Live in Devon. Had my Joe for about 4.5 years now. Love it. Cooking it more than my oven in my kitchen. So I'm just going to spread on some chocolate.
Does Nutella always live under the table, or is it just for today?
It's for today because there wasn't any room for it. But I like the sound though, the mascarpone in it, the chocolate spread, because that'll make it a bit runnier. This looks really naughty. I've made a calzone before, so
Let's see how it goes.
first time for everything.
Anybody got any tips on how to do a calzone on the barbecue?
Like a pasty, I think, like a Cornish pasty.
Dave says thanks for shouting out his eldest, Riley. He's demanded Daddy now cooks pizzas.
Well, there you go, Dave. Right, so put that in there.
And Chris is surprised we're using bananas. Are you serious? Is that because they're too healthy, Chris? Or
Bananas? Love banana.
especially when they're cooked, they just go so sweet.
Right, so and I brought out a little bit of egg wash just to like stick it together. Got nothing to put it on with, so I'm going to use a spoon. So making it like I would do a pasty. And then try and crimp the edge. This chicken, that's nice and hot, that's okay. Right, so then I'm going to fold it over like that. And then there's a knack in doing this. So I'm just sort of twisting and folding, just like I've seen the professional pasty makers do it. Don't know if you can see that. There we are. That's not bad, I don't think, for a first attempt. There we are. Right. I suppose you could sprinkle it with some sugar for extra sweetness. So let's cook this. There we go. So it's just over 300. Proper hot. There we go. Right.
You got Sam was asking, he's getting his classic in a few weeks.
Okay.
Any suggestion what to do first, and can you use the heat deflector as a pizza stone?
It's not advisable to use the heat deflectors because that's that initial absorption of heat, which will be too much and your base would just burn. So that's why you need to put your pizza stone on top of that. And if you miss the beginning, an even better way is to screw up some little balls of tin foil to add another air gap between your deflector plates and your pizza stone, just so you don't burn the base of your pizza. I wouldn't do pizzas maybe first off, just because you're getting it up to temperature from the initial cook. A good thing to do first is maybe a spatchcock chicken or just a roast chicken, just so you can get used to the temperatures. But I think it's okay to do pizza, but I would probably go with a chicken or something easy without being too hot. A nice sort of gradual heat, just to get you used to controlling the temperature.
Cool. Christine says she's never done a sweet pizza, but they did do banana bread today.
Nice. I think everybody's been baking a lot in lockdown. So what we'll do for this one, once that's cooked, we can. I've got another pizza cutter, so we can use that for the sweet one. Mike Palmer, if you're watching, I hope you're liking all my merch I'm wearing. A friend was asking, Dave, have you got any caps and hats and that you're selling? If so, where can you get them from?
That wasn't me, but if you do have any caps and hats going that you want to send out for any cameramen.
You want one then too? At least we're under shelter where you are. I'm half and half.
Dave says bread next week maybe. Hasn't baked on his for a while.
Oh, perhaps I'll do a focaccia. That's something nice to go with your pulled pork or piece of meat that you're cooking. And if I can get hold of perhaps a bit of pork shoulder, I'll cook them side by side, because that's what I would normally do, and then you can see them cooking at the same time. So perhaps I'll do a focaccia next week.
Dave says they'll also do another cat brand, so we'll post in the group next soon.
Great. I don't know how long that's been.
For about 4 or 5.
If you look in, it's not cooking, you see, so it's best to... If I was a bit taller, you can see down the top there, stand on tippy toes. No, a bit longer. It's not got enough colour yet. So we'll just cook that one, and then I'll hug the Joe to keep me warm, I think.
Dave's keen for the focaccia plan.
Okay, focaccia is there next Wednesday, because I didn't realise that Kamado Joe were going live as well this evening, so sorry Eric, I've clashed on your cook, which I'm really disappointed, but I'll catch up with yours later. And did meet Eric over in Calzone last year, so Eric, if you get to watch this one later, hi, and hope you're doing okay.
Chris says if you're doing bread, would you be able to add the ingredients after on the page?
What, the recipe
So when you're doing bread, yeah, for the focaccia.
Oh yeah, okay, so if I post it up maybe at the weekend, and then if you want to, yeah, I'll do a recipe for the files, and then you can have a go yourselves, and then we can discuss and post your pictures up if you cook before me. And yeah, that'd be nice to see other people's cooks as well. We've seen a lot more cooks at the moment, which is great fun. I do enjoy looking at them all. I'm going to have a look now because I'm getting impatient, and it's... Whoa, it's all puffed up, look. Whoa, it's one of those whoa moments. It's just starting to colour. Whoa. Oh, it's like, looks like a sleeping seal. Where does it lie there, look? Oh, it's a bit of chocolate coming out. I think I'll just leave it for a little bit longer, just to try and get a bit more colour on. It's just starting to colour underneath. Look, oh, look at that. I think that might be done. What do you reckon?
Would you flip it like an omelette, or is it
Like
pretty
an
rogue
omelette.
to flip it?
I don't know. I think we'll leave it. It is starting to colour. It feels done. I'm wanting to take it out. I don't want the bottom to burn. Okay. So here we have a chocolate and banana calzone. Yay! Oh, this is exciting. I get excited over charcoal arriving, new toys arriving. Right, I'm going to go straight in the middle with this. Oh, look at that. Whoa. That just looks so naughty. It's going to be super hot. Oh, it's all squidgy in the middle, look. There's not going to be any good way to eat this. I'm going to cut that bit up.
Oh, it's all squidging out.
Okay, I'm going in with a spoon because it's a bit more ladylike. I'm going for a small bit. It's just too big. And I think it's going to be super hot. It'd be nice with ice cream, I think, this. Or you could chop up a Mars bar, or if you've got any leftover Easter eggs.
Dave says it's artery food, that. Yes, I think it is. Oh. Happy with that? Yeah.
That's amazing.
Cameraman might have a bite.
It's hot. Right, okay then, so that was really just to show you the setup, and put any topping you like. I think even apples and pears, or pear and Stilton on a savoury one maybe, and some nice ham. With or without pineapple. I know some of you got a thing about pineapple and pizzas, but really, as I say, if you're making them with your children, let them choose what toppings they want and get them to make the dough as well, and just have a bit of fun making them. And we'll see you next week, and I'll put the focaccia recipe up later on. Thanks for watching, guys.